Let's see. Hello guys, I just wanted to make this quick video. Let me close down all this YouTube stuff to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. All right, now I'm gonna go to this. So real fast, we are officially on a couple weeks into the six-figure challenge. We're a couple weeks into signals and kind of got a groove going for ourselves. So for those of you who are not in that group, I definitely recommend you guys sign up immediately. For those of you who got in and got scared and got out, because you weren't sure what was going on, we've got a lot of that stuff all worked out. So here's the deal. As you guys know, any signal that says Ichimoku trading style, Elvis is making sure he's got more of a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and his accuracy has been on fire. So for that sort of thing, obviously you guys can continue with your safe compounding like you would on your own personal accounts. You shouldn't be taking more than anywhere from, I did it always pretty conservatively, so like 3 to 5%. Eventually I got a little bit more risky, went up to 10, but you're looking at maybe 5% per trade, and you're just compounding slowly, and you can withdraw as needed. And this is just like your learning account. So any signals that are not from me and not in video format, this is what you're going to be doing. And as your account grows, you guys can either use a pip calculator to find out based off of the take profit, or of course you can just follow this, and it won't be dollar for dollar. It'll be a generic version. So sometimes you'll be ahead or behind because of just the value of the pips are obviously different, just like the instructions on the side. But in terms of the video signals, in terms of my signals, at this point, the accuracy is amazing. I'm pretty impressed, not to, say that too much out loud. God gets the glory, and we're going to continue to work on it. I know we're going to have ups and downs, but right now I'm aiming for anywhere from 4 to 6 trades a week. Well, sometimes 3, no more than 6 for sure. And right now we're going for more of a 100 pip take profit. But what we're doing is we're still using this lot size. Okay, so we can change this if we want. For example, I would change it to 75. I wouldn't necessarily do all the way to 100. But because we are now getting, we're getting 100 pips based off of a 55 pip take profit, then we're skipping ahead. Not dollar for dollar. Again, nothing is dollar for dollar. So officially in that same account, I'm on this row. So I'm on trade number 13. And that was after first a few rough weeks there, just trying to get through all the noise and all that good stuff. So every trade that we take per the video challenge, per the videos, your guys' job now is going to be to go to your account size, come to this worksheet, and you can change this to 100, but as you can see, your lot size is going to decrease exponentially. So if you want to kind of be a mid-range risk, you can do it at 75. Okay, so kind of somewhere in between. Or what I'm doing is I'm keeping it at 55 because I can swallow that much risk. It doesn't get to me, and I'm super excited about it. And because we're getting on average 50, to 100 pips, 75 pips, at some points we can stack, at some points we can re-enter. As long as your trade is risk-free, this is what we're kind of working with. So each trade, as per your account balance, if your account balance is at least $270, so it's not anything less than this, you can use these account size, this lot size. Ugh. There we go. I don't want to accidentally do that, but there we go. If your account balance is less than this, you need to go to the line above it and then just continue to follow this all the way down. Not all trades will equal dollar for dollar, but here's the deal. So by the time we get to approximately 40 trades, you should be well above or close to 6 figures. Remember, we already have people who are withdrawing. Some people said they only needed like $1,800 a month, so they grew it to X amount. They withdrew their 600 or 800 or whatever. Some people grew it to a couple grand and they withdrew already. They were being, pretty high risk. I'm not going to fib, but we have to do this in a way that's healthy and safe for all of us. So I super recommend that as you go along every Friday, even if it's only enough for a coffee, which barely covers the fees to withdraw it, go ahead and get in the habit of withdrawing every Friday, enough to go get yourself a nice fancy coffee or a nice, I don't know, what is that called? Surf and steak dinner, a nice dinner, whatever it takes, maybe some new boots. Every week, just make sure you're withdrawing. So that is what we're working on. In terms of the tools and the indicators that were provided with the six-figure challenge group, they're being worked on. Not everybody's computer has the ability to handle that. So, and that's not something that we can do on our end. I've discussed this with Pat a couple of times. He can only run so much customer service on the back end. A lot of that is you guys either know about your computers and CPUs and you know about the power it has. you know about VPSs and how to make it work, or you don't. The daily dots, the newest version, are phenomenal. They're on point. They're pretty impressive, and that one works on everything. But the dashboard obviously is very powerful, so it can be problematic if you don't put it on its own platform and, you know, only minimize it to enough pairs. I mean, pick 10 for starters. Don't pick 5 different time frames with 28 different pairs and expect it to function nicely when you don't even know like how your computer works and how your internet works. So, but that's where we're at. I wanted to do this quick update because a lot of people were asking. So at this point, you guys we're averaging anywhere from 20 to 30 signals in a week. I'd like to keep that down or closer to 20. The accuracy is pretty good. And Elvis's more scalp style is doing real well. So if you guys are skipping those trades on behalf of the challenge, don't. I mean, analyze them and learn a little bit about it. It's not my thing, but it's working. So, and that's all I can say at this point. I can't, swear to that in 6 months. I can just say it's working today. So, and Pat Signals, obviously, well, he's the boss man, and he's doing real well with his swing trades. He's doing more of those than the now and laters, just because they're safer, especially as a signal service. It's a safer bet. Yeah, the stop loss is a little bit bigger. I mean, that's a no-brainer, but your take profit is also enormous. So guys, this is what we're going to be working on. I've got quite a few messages of people who are anywhere from trade 19 to they're on trade 9. And again, that was after a rough week. I think the first week and a half was just painful with all those signals and no one knew what was to do. So, but moving forward, the trades are labeled. We know whose are Elvis's. We know whose are Pat's. And now that we know which ones are specifically for this challenge, and those ones are in video format. So I'm learning this whole YouTube live thing, so I don't have to always upload the video. And I'm obviously learning to keep it private, and so other people can't get to it. That's the whole point of being part of a, elite service, people of a different caliber, a paid for service, is that it's just for us. So it's pretty awesome. And this morning's call, I just want to touch on that real quick. Next week, I'm going to have another guest on. I'm going to work with them in terms of teaching them how to chart a little bit while we're clicking through, because the format we wanted in the mornings, guys, was hanging out and just playing and laughing and sometimes joking, and sometimes we'll take a trade, sometimes not. Sometimes we're just learning the charts together, which is the entire concept of this group of people. So if you consider this an office or a business, we would all be kind of by the water tank or in the little kitchen, and we'd be talking and BSing, and sure, business comes up, but we're just sharing life. So it was an awesome and fun environment, and I'm super grateful for that. So that is what I wanted to say. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'm super excited. God bless.